Hello, everyone. Oh, it is Saturday. It feels good to be back. It is daytime, not nighttime. The clocks have gone back, which makes everything feel even weirder. I still haven't shook off the 1 hour back fatigue yet, so I keep thinking it's 3:30 or 3:10. I have to use alarm to remind myself. But hey, we are here for our 7th episode of our wonderful changing game. My name is Hedgehog. I use he, him pronouns, and I am all over the internet with the username at Hedgehog UK. I'm trying to post more. Blue Sky more than X, because, well, who posts on X anymore? I'm just there so no one steals my username now. Yeah, I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves, say where you can find them, who they're going to be playing, and all the other good shiz. Let's start with D.
Hi, hello. I am D, your friendly neighborhood music person on occasion. I normally talk about music, giant robots, or tabletop role-playing games in whichever order I prefer, and can be found on Blue Sky and Twitter, but mostly Blue Sky as Alphabet Sauce, and also on Twitch there as well, or on my old music project Plan the Stand on YouTube. And I'm playing our lovely knocker mad scientist, Zelda.
Fantastic. Maddie.
Hello, yes, I am Maddie. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me across social media at Maddie is Abstract. And I am playing Xena Crowther, your drag philosopher satyr who uses she, they pronouns.
Awesome. Magpie. Finally, last but not least.
Howdy, I'm Magpie. You can find me most places at Antique Horror. I say most places, I literally mean Blue Sky and X, that's it. This is maybe my last episode, I think, playing Altair, your local not fae, caitiff vampire type. He uses he, him pronouns. He's maybe gonna die today. I don't know.
Now, why would you say that?
He's
why
already dead.
would you say that? I mean,
philosophically, how can he die?
You know what? There's something there.
Is it the ceasing of movement? The stopping of thoughts? What denotes
I'm gonna turn Altair into a brain in a jar in a minute if you don't be quiet.
He's trying in the 40k verse.
Of course he is. Why did I not even doubt that? Okay. I know it was 2 weeks ago, but who can remember what we did? Ooh, go on, Magpie.
Okay. So to destroy the mirrors, they have to be put in the forge from whence they came. So we started off with Zelda and Xena in Altair's Freehold. However, as soon as we entered the Trod, the Balefire went out, which is probably not a great thing. For some reason, Ollie's Lee Enfield looked brand new. The Trod that we were on at the time had no end, so we followed Tristan's map. We realized that there is a problem with Tristan's map. Oh no, there is a problem with the real map, but one of the threads had a trap. So we poddle out through Fey London and out into a massive ocean, and we reach a coastal road that has ridiculously still water, with only the tread kind of causewaying its way through. We find a community of Selkies, and we created a small amount of mischief and mayhem by taking a salmon cannon sort of like to where we need to go to, because we shouldn't be allowed out on our own. We managed to get Zelda made a parasol from bamboo with a rope grip to make Altair safe from the sun, because he is a little vampire boy. And we accidentally killed Cynthia. And by that, I mean we got her stuck in an oasis trap. But,
It happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
It just, you know.
It happens. Shit happens. And then we Poddler on further through, and we found the barrier to the deep dreaming with a shadowy figure in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
That was my notes. I thought you wanted to do the dramatic. The dramatic.
You want me to do you want me to do the other bit? So okay, so 98% of the job done, and just like leave the other 2%. Okay, if you want the job done right. No, I digress. Don't hurt me. Yeah. So we found out that the shadowy figure was Crowe. Not Maddie's, Xena's. It could have been Maddie's. I mean, who knows? Do you know someone called Crowe?
I know 5 people called Crowe. Why do you ask?
Pick a crow, any crow. Yeah, Xena's musical glamour muse is here, not physically in the dreaming, but their dream self is in the dreaming. Clearly, they're asleep right now. But they have exhibited not very nice qualities, possessive and controlling qualities that are very bad and should never be allowed in anyone. And as you try and go around Crowe, they grow bigger in their shadowy form to an imposing kind of 8-9 feet, and get ready to attack you all. And that is where we left off, and that is where we're going to pick up. So, the wonderful world of combat in Changeling. I am going to get my PDF because there are a lot of rolls. So, to cut down on rolls, we're going to use fixed initiative. Initiative is 6 plus dexterity plus wits. The good news is I think Altair has... is dexterity a vampire skill? I can't remember. Not without having it in front of me. You're muted, Han.
I do that every time. I've got dexterity and wits.
There you go. Use those dots as well, then.
Wahoo.
So yeah, it's 6 plus dexterity plus wits. That gives you your fixed initiative total. Let me get my notepad. I actually need the paper notepad to write down initiative totals. Okay, so what is everyone's initiative totals? Anyone higher than 10? I don't know why I'm asking. I can actually check.
Mine is bang on 10.
Okay, so Altair is 10.
It was Dex and what again? Sorry?
Dex plus wits.
Okay.
I think I've had to roll them separately on Foundry.
Oh, you don't have to roll them. It's just the point total.
Okay.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah. So dexterity. So in Zelda's case, it is 6 plus. You're also at 10.
Yes, there we go.
Actually, no, you're 11 because yours is dexterity 3, wits 2, so 5, 6 plus 11. Okay, yeah. So Zelda is 11.
And I think Xena is also 11.
Okay, so you two go simultaneously. So you two can pick which each turn you can pick out of you which one goes first, which one goes second. Because you both share the same number. Well, this is quite an easy order actually, because Crowe has 8. He is not witty or dexterous. So, the way combat in Changeling works, we are running a simplified version because otherwise it would be about 4 hours of us rolling dice and working out what soaks, what negates, what in... That's not fun. It says at the very top, if it's not fun, get rid of it. So it's like, oh, okay, so I've just taken a cleaver to the combat system to simplify it down a little bit. So, let me grab my PDF. So, combat and changeling is done in reverse initiative order. So everyone declares their moves first, with the slowest person declaring their move, and the fastest person declaring their move last. Combat has 4 phases, but we're removing the initiative phase because I'm not re-rolling initiative every single turn. Screw that. So, there are 3 phases. There is the attack, the defense, and the resolution/damage phase. To keep it simpler, I'm going to merge attack and defense into a single action, because you can do really, really, really picky things. Like, you can take an attack action and take half a defense action, and then use that to mitigate across from, like, it's a V20 game. It gets very, very picky on, like, what you want to do as actions, and they all add penalties, and it's one combat. We're not going to stress about it. So, you can do an attack move, or you can do a defense move, to keep it plain and simple. There are various maneuvers you can do. I will explain a bit about them along the way as you go. So, with that being said, Crowe goes first. Because he goes last, which is... Crowe is going, on his turn, is going to focus on Xena. He is going to do a ranged attack, which is with his guitar. He is going to play notes on it, and it's going to cause magic to shoot out of the ground and upwards at Maddie, which is his version of a ranged attack. That's his turn. Altair, you're next. So that's what he's going to do. So you have options. You can, well, considering that you're not going to be attacked, because Crowe can only attack one person at a time, you might as well take an attack action. So the simple one is run up to him and stab him. That is the simplest action. You can be a bit more clever. You can try ambush. You can try to target, so that the next turn you can do more dice damage. Probably not worth it for a 3v1, if I'm going to be totally honest.
Was there the ligament slice one?
The ligament slice.
Yeah.
Joint break, pistol whip, tendon slice. There it is.
That was the one. So
yes,
we're on a sandy surface, aren't we?
Yes.
So can I feasibly drop the parasol for now, take up the blade that Altair has with kind of like the crooked sides, go in for like a low, I'm going for rule of cool here, I know it's edgy as fuck. Will Neil slide in and is going to try and get this guy across the back of the ankles?
Yeah. An successful attack on an opponent's leg means the opponent can no longer move faster than 2 meters per turn until the injury heals, and adds +2 to the difficulty to avoid any rolls to avoid being knocked down. Successful attack on an arm prevents the opponent from using that hand and causes them to drop anything held in it. Okay, so you need to make a dexterity plus melee roll.
Dexterity plus
Now, traditionally, if it was changing rules, this would be difficulty 9, which you can't do in Vampire. So I'm going to say you need 3 successes or more as a vampire to do this.
That is a 7 and an 8.
It's 2 successes.
4, 1, and 2. Can I willpower reroll?
You can willpower. Yeah, you can willpower reroll.
Can I spend 2 willpower?
I think you can only spend 1 so you can spend 1 willpower that you reroll 3 dice.
Oh, bonza! Right, I'll keep my little 7 and 8. That is a 4, 5, and a 7.
Okay, 3
so that's
successes.
3!
Yeah, that works.
Wahoo!
Yeah, so your attack will hit. So we'll roll damage in a minute. So just remember, because I will forget in a minute, that you succeeded. Okay. Zelda and Xena. It doesn't really matter which one of you goes first at this point, I don't think. So I think we'll start with Xena because you're being attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's something. There's a boring thing that I could do, which is probably sensible, and there's a silly thing I could do, which is probably a bit funner, more fun. So I'm going to give Crow the nickname Weakling, and see if that does anything.
Okay.
That's so mean.
Because I'm just like, I want him to hit us less hard. So that's just like.
That's smart.
No, that is smart. That is very, very, very smart.
And I checked the wording of the rules, and there's like one where you can like nickname a Magnum revolver pea shooter, and it barely breaks skin. So I'm like, okay, it does work in combat. You can use it.
Yes, it does work in combat. It is a combat one. Okay, so you would have to make it against an actor.
Yes. That's automatically reduced the difficulty to 7. For you, it will be difficulty 6 because being in the dreaming knocks the difficulty down by 1 because there's glamour everywhere. Amazing. Okay, I'll give it a roll.
Just need 1 success for it to work.
Yep, 1 success.
Okay.
Do it for the scene.
The scene, and so officially, combat in Changeling is 3 seconds a turn. It's quicker than D&D. It's insane how fast they think this is going to happen. Yeah, so you're going to use the word weakling. Okay, I'm going to say he takes a 2 dice penalty to any attack damage he rolls. He'll still be able to hit as normal, but the damage coming out will be reduced by 2 die.
Nice. Yes, that is that aligns with what I was intending. Excellent.
Okay. Awesome. Zelda.
All right then. We can be really basic about this. Yeah, I don't know how strong this thing is. I'm just gonna stab it. What else do I need to do here?
Okay, if you want to just run up and stab the thing, you just need to make a dexterity plus melee roll, difficulty 6.
Cool.
He's a big hulking beast. He is not hard to hit in terms of.
That checks out. Roll for me, please. Okay, that's cool.
Okay, 2 successes. So you do hit 2. Okay, so let's resolve it. So everyone succeeded. Okay, so we'll do Fey damage first. Altair passed by the skin of his teeth, with no bonus successes. So roll me 3d10 and tell me how many successes you get. Actually, no. I tell a lie. I got that wrong. Give me a second. I just realized this is Altair. This might actually give him a big advantage here.
Ooh.
It's 2 dice, 2d10 plus Altair's strength rating. I can't remember how strong Altair is. That's 5d10s.
What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Let me know how many successes you get.
Jesus. That's a 9, a 10, 2 2s and a 3, so 2.
Okay. When you said 10, my heart was going, don't you dare say another 10. Okay. That's 2 successes. That's 2 incoming damage from Altair. Zelda, same for you. It's 2d10 plus your strength rating.
2d10 plus strength. What is my
Oh,
strength?
and you get an extra one as well because you gained went over the success rating. So any dice past the first original success become damage dice.
Oh, nice. Okay, so I had 2 successes there, right?
Yeah, so you take one off because you have to have used one to succeed. So you're 4d10.
Nice. Okay, 4d10 plus my strength, which is a lovely 2, so 6d10.
Yep.
Let's roll that and see what happens. 1s, 3s. Here we go. That's a 10.
That is. Bugger.
Yeah. This doesn't...
you hit, but you don't actually damage anything.
Nice. Okay, Zelda's pissed. Zelda slashes with this anime as fuck looking sword and does nothing. It's like, of course, I should have seen that coming. Okay, Xena, try not to die.
Okay. Crow gets 2 successes for damage die. So with his ranged attack, that's 5 dice reduced to 3 because the weakening ability. Crow rolled 1, 2, 3.
Tragedy.
Like you. So I need to do one thing for Crow, which is where is it? Not weapon tables. Okay, targets may attempt to soak up damage if possible. Mortals can't soak lethal unless they're wearing armor.
It'll be so funny. The most effective thing is calling him a weakling. We're all fighting
At the
lives.
moment. Okay, he successfully soaks both of Voltaire's points up. So technically, this turn ends with no one hurting anyone.
All right, time for big attacks.
They're just like whacking each other.
Yeah. Yep.
Big foam hammers.
Yeah. So
This is a laugh at this point.
Yeah, so he has taken. So yeah, his attacks now do -2 damage die, and he is hobbled his ankle, which means that he now gets +2 difficulty to resist, avoid being knocked down. He in the second round is going to switch from range combat to close combat because he's better at that, and attempt to swing this giant guitar at Zelda, and try and what I can only describe as golf club swing, and just maybe send Zelda back a bit, given their difference in height. Then it's Altair. You're currently slightly behind him after slashing him.
Cool. So as Altair was behind him, this guy's still got a little bit of kind of wanting to use a Fae like a juice box. And he can't do it to his friends. So can he kind of swing back around and try and go sort of for neck of this guy? Just chomp him? Can I roll to chomp?
Are you trying to feed as a vampire and just be like, I'm gonna feed off this?
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be no consequences.
These conses won't quench. I am quenchless. Lord quenchless.
Yeah, this is a dream projection of a mortal, so like like if his dream self gets sucked up, then he's just going to be like catatonic for the rest of his life.
There's that meme of that guy with all the red threads. That's me right now in my head going, but okay, fine, okay. Tell you what, to condense this. No. I love it. This is the chaotic energy that I love about my players. Make it dexterity plus melee again.
Okay.
And we'll treat it as an attack. And if he takes damage,
okay.
then and while you do that, I now need to open the vampire book and remind myself how that works.
That is a 9, a 6, a 4, a 2, and a 4. So that's 2 successes.
Is vampire 7 or 6? The successes. This is what happens when you use Foundry for everything and it works out for you. I can't remember if it's 7 or 6s. Hang on.
6?
What is the success number? This is I should be a better storyteller and remember what the number is. But every game has a slightly different success number depending on if it's V20 or V5.
6 to 10.
6 to 10. Okay. It's changing at 7 to 10 by default. Right.
Can I willpower reroll?
You can willpower reroll. Yeah.
I'd love to. I have a lot.
If I'm dying, I'm gonna burn all of my willpower.
That's 7, and then a 3 and a 2. Because my best friend's apparently 3 and 2 today. So that's 3 successes.
Okay. So that's 3 successes for Altair.
I had 1 on my hunger die. Does that do anything? 1 success on a hunger die?
Oh, okay. That changes it to one of the others. It's not a messy critical.
Is that a messy?
It's not a messy critical. It's a bestial failure. No, because you succeeded. But okay, I will. Yeah, but you can get a bestial failure on success. Valerian gets it all the time. That is, it's a bestial failure if you roll a 1 on your hunger die.
Not a 1. I rolled a success on my.
Oh no, that's fine. No, it's fine. It's if you roll a 1 on your hunger die, we have a problem.
I rolled 1 success on my hunger die. I'll take a bestial though, just for the shits and giggles. Make him a horror show.
Bringing Grimdark into my lovely Fey world. How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you? Do it more.
Anyway.
I will.
Anyway, okay, so that's 3 successes for Altair. Zelda Xena. I'm guessing Zelda's going to go into defense.
Yeah, I think that's a good plan. Either defense, or I can use my lovely Storm Shroud, so when he hits me, he takes 3 points of bashing damage, assuming I succeed. Which would be fun, actually. All right, let me see. What is this? I roll stuff, blah, blah, blah. Storm Shroud costs an amount, but I have lots of glamour, so it's fine. I'm going to use Storm Shroud on my jacket to make it prop. Let's see. Difficulty reduced in the dreaming. So this should be fine, in theory. Ooh, how long will this last with 5 successes?
What?
I'm checking. I got 5 successes.
1 round per success.
Yes.
This is great. So, Zelda seeing this shit coming, you see and hear all the gears and cogs of her Fey form turning, and steam come out from all around her as the jacket armors up and turns metallic.
Awesome. This poor guy.
Rick Bozo, what is he doing?
You've called him weakling, and he does now look a little weaker. Like the muscles around the arm have kind of like shrunk slightly. He's looking a little bit more live as a result of that. What would you like to do?
I would like to get out my chimerical sword.
Mhm.
And it previously looked like a sort of your classic flaming sword, but I'm just gonna think real hard and turn it into a David Bowie serrated lightning bolt. It's
Yes.
incredibly impractical and imbalanced, but because it's in the Dreaming, it works perfectly. I'm gonna say, I'm going to assert baselessly, and I am going to spring with my powerful satyr goat legs at Crow and try and stab him.
Okay, give me melee plus dexterity. I'm gonna say difficulty 4 because you're using your satyr legs to propel yourself forward. I can't give you
Nice.
more dexterity die, but I can make the difficulty easier.
Nice. 4 successes.
4 successes. Okay. So that's essentially. So I cancel out your successes. I lower them by. Okay. Okay. We'll resolve Xena's first because that will be the quickest one to resolve. You're using your sword, so you need to
Yes.
roll 2d10 for the sword plus your strength rating,
That's only 1, so that's 3.
plus another 3 for all the successes that you got bonus from before. So it's 6d10. Difficulty
Nice.
6.
3 successes.
Okay, so that's 3 incoming damage to. Oh, I broke my mechanical pencil. That's 3 damage incoming. Okay, Altair.
Yeah.
I am going to say that vampire chomping is worth the same as a sword because I can't be arsed making up another stat. So,
Valid.
for you, it's same as before. So it's 2 plus your strength. I think it's only 1 for Altair, isn't it? Is it 3?
Altair strength is 3.
Okay, so it's
3.
5. Fucking hell. 5 plus the bonus transfer successes is 7d10.
7d10.
It's, yeah, anything on 6. Yeah, anything
It
higher
is-
than 6.
Oh shit, okay, that just rolled over. That's an 8, a 0, and a 0 is a 10, right? Yeah. A 7, a 10, a 4, and a 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes with 2 10s.
So traditionally, 10s don't double in damage. However, because it's vampire and I'm feeling a little bit more generous than normal, and there's a cat on screen.
Cat.
How much damage was it?
Baby! That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with
5 with 2
two
10s. I'll make it 7.
10s.
I'll make it 7. We'll count it as 4 successes for 2 10s.
Woohoo! Thank you.
So that means he's got 10. Shit. He's got 10 incoming damage.
Oh.
He can only
guy.
he can only attempt to soak up 4 at a given time. To give you a context here, he has a health track of 6. So no, he has a health. So I tell you, he's got a health track of 7. So if he can absorb all 4, he can survive with 1 point left. If he fails to do that, he dies. Oh, hang on a minute. No, I tell a lie. Zelda takes 3 bashing damage, doesn't he, from trying to hit you?
Yeah, it's still gonna hit me, but like he's just gonna immediately countered.
Okay, well, I'll roll damage for Zelda. That's 2 successes on Zelda, so that's 2 damage against Zelda. It is bashing and it is chimerical. So it's just the 1 slash. In the Dreaming, that you heal that at the rate of 1 every 15 minutes. You heal quite quickly in the Dreaming. especially if it's not lethal. It turns out a guitar is not lethal. It is bashing. Okay, so that means he has 13 incoming, but they're lethal. That isn't. So he can't half. I'm gonna roll, but I don't think he can actually stop all the damage. He failed 3 of the absorbs.
Rip, buddy.
Oh,
So-
spaghettios.
He swings his guitar down at Zelda. The impact hits Zelda, but then the shockwave of the blast knocks the arm back. That leaves him vulnerable, so Xena can just thrust her David Bowie lightning sword forward straight into Crowe's shadow form. And then you've got Altair hanging off the back, just chomping down. And you watch as his form kind of shrinks and shrinks and shrinks, like back down to normal size. And what I need Altair to do for me is
Yeah.
that what I'm looking for? Hang on. Okay, how much do you want to drink if you were a vampire?
Oh, so I've got 3 hunger at the minute. Maybe like 2, maybe? For like a little treat. Just a little treat.
I mean, it's up to
Caffeine
you.
fun.
It's up to you. You can choose that. I mean, if you've got 3, you can choose to slake as much hunger as you like from this thing. You could go down to hunger 0. Normally you can't, but you're in the dreaming, so we can bend the rules.
We can have a little treat for morale. Yeah, let's go. Let's yeet the hunger. As much as I want the idea of a bestial failure just for the shits and giggles, I think we should go
Okay,
down
so
to
he
hunger
needs
0.
to roll. Okay.
Xena, you might need a new ex-boyfriend. Just saying.
Sorry.
That's right. Get rid of him. Get rid. Throw him in the bin. Throw this man in the bin.
He's giving vibes of someone I used to know, and it's like,
Like I met him for like 5 minutes and said I liked his music. Now he thinks that he owns me. No.
Right.
Oh yeah, he's not a nice person.
I'm getting glamour at the drag clubs from now on. No more buskers.
No more buskers. You, Altair, start drinking and drinking and drinking. It feels weird because is this blood you're technically inhaling and swallowing, but it's slaking hunger. You feel like you're feeding.
yeah.
You watch Zelda and Xena as Altair keeps sucking and sucking and sucking. It got past the point of feeding probably about a minute and a half ago, to the point where this shadow being, either it's made up of shadows, turns to dust. On the other side, in the mortal realm, Crowe suffers a heart attack.
Whoops.
And if they examine his body, he will nearly be devoid of blood.
Uh-oh. That's not a masquerade breach.
Oh, I think Valerian would like to disagree.
If I do it in the dreaming, is it a masquerade breach? Or is it just a guy with a peculiar medical problem?
No, Note to self: tomorrow, ask Valerian if a dreaming masquerade breach still counts a masquerade breach.
If I'm not in the masquerade.
I mean, look, it's just a bad medical. Like, there's no external damage.
Exactly. Like, there's
You
no
know.
vampire bite marks.
No.
Maybe the apartment was left a bit warm and his blood just condensed out of his body.
There's no human groups of people who are actively looking for weird stuff like that. No, and besides, you're in the dreaming. It's not your problem.
Yeah. That's a problem for the hunters.
Yeah, so next episode on Vampire, the Inquisition come back swarming.
Uh-oh.
Anyway, yeah, you do this until this guy turns to full-on dust in front of you. Ollie looks a bit disturbed. Are you okay, Alt?
I feel like he snaps his head up and makes very intense eye contact with Ollie for a second. Kind of eyes have blacked out, tongue's back into serpent mode, kind of ears have kind of elongated a little bit. Yes, I'm fine. Perfectly fine. And I'll kind of shake off. I think it best we move on. Yes?
Yep.
Yes.
Maybe
Let's
wise.
just do that.
Note to self: avoid buskers. Let's go.
I'm taking notes as well. Is that normal? Is that normal with people that develop crushes? Is that something I'm going to have to worry about?
I don't think so. I don't know. This is new on me.
Okay.
This is new on me.
He struck me as something of an asshole, if I may be quite blunt about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any of you, well, not Altair and Ollie, because they wouldn't know. But Xena or Zelda can give me a difficulty 7 intelligence plus Greymire.
Did you say difficulty 7?
7, yeah.
Cool. 2 successes for me.
2 successes for
That's
Xena
good.
as well. Xena and Zelda both 2. Okay. This is possible. So mortals can inhibit the dreaming as dream versions of themselves. Usually to do it, they have to have some sort of anchor to latch themselves onto. Crow's possessive, almost needy nature allowed him to manifest this side of the dreaming. You get the impression that unless a person is obsessed with you or harbors some sort of negative feeling towards you, you should be fine. That does ponder the question, though. Does that only apply to... Because Zelda got an 8 and a 9. So, Zelda, you know this only applies to Autumn World people. It doesn't apply to changelings. Gwendolyn can't appear in the dreaming as a darker version of herself to try and stop you. It only applies to humans. And to be honest, this is probably as deep as it can go. The deeper you get into the dreaming, the harder it is for mortals to pierce deeper. So this is probably like the last point Crow could have stopped you.
All right, perfect. Good to know. I imagine Zelda processes this by coming up with like a bunch of theories where like 90% of them are wrong on the spot, and she like starts as we're moving info dumping about every single incorrect theory until finally gets to one that Xena would recognize, which is all of this information. But as long as we keep moving, we shouldn't be bothered by anyone else, I hope.
Yes, I think if we go deeper, they'll be less likely to have pesky mortals getting up in our business.
It will just be terrifying natives. The locals willing to meet us and greet us. Most of them friendly, most maybe not all. Can't wait to find out.
Awesome. In front of you is the gate that takes you into the far dreaming. I had to do the song in my head to remember which is the next layer. It's covered in what looks like Zelda, this gate looks like it's covered in gears. It's got gear motifs on it. The handles themselves are gears that have to be turned to open it. Anyone else, if you are of the Fey variety, you can give me perception. Ooh. I don't know what that would come under. Perception performance. As a bit of a side one. And now I have to switch to vamp mode to work out what the closest vamp thing would be. Wits performance? Difficulty is 8 on the rolls for the Fae.
One success.
I accidentally put it down as difficulty 7, but I think I
You
still
got a
have
9.
one
Yeah.
success.
Everyone success. Everyone passes by 1. I'm going to say one word, which is the feeling you get when you look at this door. Wonderland.
Ooh. Ah. Yee. Ha. Opening this door is probably a bad idea. Zelda's going to say, I think opening this could be fascinating.
Well, we need to go deeper, and this seems like the way to go deeper.
Unfortunately, and Zelda kind of knocks the door like once, like not like knocking to open it, just like like examine it kind of thing.
It's a door.
It's a door.
It's a door. It's got gears on it. The gears aren't moving.
Okay, so she look at it and say, the feeling I'm getting here makes me suspect that whatever's on the other side is not going to be easy to comprehend, which is a little bit annoying for me. I like comprehending things. But can I open this door if I just try and turn one of those
you
gears?
can turn the gear and open the door.
Nice.
Obviously, it very much depends on how you interpret the word Wonderland. But there are many ways you can interpret it. One of them is right.
Oh no.
You walk through this door. Everything goes white for a moment as it feels like you're transcending into a new space. The space that you inhabit. First of all, Zelda, this feels like a pocket dimension, a kind of like transition from near and far dreamings. You are standing inside a clock. There are just gears turning, different mechanical parts rotating round. You can just hear the thumb of the tick tock. all the gears kind of moving to the tick-tock. At the other end of this contraption, you can see what looks like another door. I will say, because you all passed the successes before, Wonderland, this isn't it. This is the prelude. All you need to do is traverse the gears to the other side. They're not moving fast.
Okay.
If you time it to the the tick of the clock every second, this should be quite simple. So, mechanically, you can take this slow route. That is, every second you move. You always move every time the clock swings and the gears move. Or, because we know this is Zelda, you could try and move across this thing quicker. That will require rolls to try and keep your balance as you move along this structure.
If no one stops her, Zelda probably doesn't even realize this is what she's meant to do, as she's going to be doing this quickly to try to get and take in and examine everything. Please don't let her go on her own.
Could I potentially Cat's Grace after?
Oh yeah, you're fine. You're fine. You've got Cat's Grace. You can you can balance along this as. You can't go as fast as Zelda using Cat's Grace, but you can move along this faster than a second without any difficulties.
Okay.
Zelda. Okay, to start with, Ollie's going to do the slow but steady movement. He is a werewolf. Yeah. He is not designed for dexterity. He is going to move slowly and carefully, wondering why the fuck he's inside a clock. Interestingly, I think he's the only one who's looked around and is trying to work out what clock he's in.
Ooh.
I never specified what clock you were in. I just said you were in a clock. None of you even thought to ask what kind of clock.
Watch as we're inside someone's stopwatch.
Could be. Xena, are you going to go fast and furious or slow or steady?
I think...
Given that Zelda is basically Wild Coyote running at this point.
Yeah, I think Xena is concerned about Zelda as she often is, and is going to kind of hope that her goat-like sort of springiness is going to
help
serve them well in this situation.
Awesome. So, Zelda, I need dexterity, athletics, difficulty 7. Xena, I need the exact same roll, but difficulty 6 because of your goat legs.
Okay.
You can hold balance slightly easier.
Important question. Chimerical damage heals over time. So at this point, it's like that should be gone, right?
You'll have healed 1 at this point.
Cool. That is fine. Oh, hold on. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that's how that works. Oh, okay. Where are you? Athletics.
Oh, Xena. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes. I have failed. I cannot botch athletics because of my goat legs, but I have failed.
Oh, it's fine. You both failed.
Let us fail together.
Yeah, you watch as the two Fae try and do this, and both put their foot out of sync at the same time, and both just fall down to the next gear level below. You both take 1 more bashing damage. This is not chimerical, this is physical bashing damage. As you smack down onto this metallic surface.
Why run? No.
That could have gone better. Oh, there was a puzzle I didn't realize. I just wanted to look at the gears.
You can now see, now you've gone down a level, the kind of clock you're in. This is a grandfather clock, which means there is a long way down.
Oh no!
You've got one more layer of gears. If you fall after that, it's from up here, it's pitch darkness. There's gonna be a bottom, but you can't see the bottom. The gears down here are also much sparser. You can no longer take it slow and steady. You are gonna have to roll to move forward now.
I have a terrible plan. The worst plan in the world. Absolutely
That's the best
plan. So now I'm realizing that this is a problem now. And I have to we have to be swift. I look at this, and Zelda she won't use the big thing, but she'll take out a phone, which probably doesn't work normally, right? And she's typing stuff and explains to Xena at the same time that I can probably infect this entire place with a sentient virus, the electric gremlins. It should disrupt any of its functions and let us move normally. She's thinking, this is just a clock. I can disrupt it with electric gremlins. There's no chance that this is going to be good if it goes badly. But in theory, I can do it.
Okay. You cast electric gremlins. I'm not going to make you roll for it. It doesn't work. This is not an electronic device. This is a mechanical device.
Fair.
Yes, it only disrupts electronics, not mechanics. It's a grandfather clock.
Entirely analog. No batteries included.
However, I will say you could use effect and cause here. To potentially, I mean, you are Kronos. You could, in theory, use effect and cause to temporarily stop the clock.
That's so wild.
Not its normal use, but
sure, I'll give that a try.
You only need one success for it to work.
Only one success, no problem. And we're in the dreaming, so that is down by one difficulty.
It's a prop, so
Yep.
This is easier for you because everyone here chose either prop or actor.
One success.
One success. All of these gears stop. I think Altair and Ollie make it across the main shaft of gears to the other side where the other gear door is, and then you just both watch as all of these the clock just stops moving and everything freezes. One success, however,
one turn
is not enough to keep it for the entire trip. So
Okay.
I need you both to repeat your rolls. The difficulty is 4 for Zelda, 3 for Xena.
Okay.
Athletic, dexterity.
3 successes for me.
You're fine.
2 successes.
You're fine. Yeah, you get past the big main gear. That's the one that's probably going to cause you the most problems. And then the gears start turning again. But by that point, you've already got onto the final gear. So you just have to wait for it to spin. You can literally stand there, wait for it to spin around until it reaches Altair and Ollie. And Ollie, I think, I've both hands out to grab out to you to pull you both onto the ledge of this clock. I didn't think the clock puzzle was actually going to hurt anyone. Because there was literally one solution, and it was, if you take it slow, you'll be fine. But then I forgot we have Zelda, who will just ignore safety and just go for like the quickest route across anything.
Zelda is not OSHA compliant.
No. You are now at the other end of this clock, and there is yet again another one of these doors. You can give me I am going to make a bet. I don't think anyone here can beat this. You can repeat the perception performance check from before to garnish the door. If you can beat a difficulty 10, I will narrow down what the solutions are. For Altair, you would have to get 5 successes. I don't think Altair can make it. Unless he double 10s.
Unless I could go for a cult. A cult in wits.
No way!
We both got 1 success.
Of course you did. Of course you did. How do you both roll 10?
I literally have 3 dice for this. I don't have.
You have 3 dice and one. Okay, fine, fine. When I say Wonderland, I mean it in a literary sense.
Alice in Wonderland.
Exactly. That is what's on the other side of this door. Even with that fucking success, I'm not going to tell you what's on the other side of that door. Screw that. You've got to open it.
Fair. Alrighty then.
Who's going to open the door and who's going to go first?
Not it. I opened the last one.
I don't mind.
I'm happy to take the vanguard, considering, don't know what's over there, and I'm at least sort of more fate inclined, and just sort of tentatively opens it.
Okay. You open it. It's first of all just the same thing as before, like a white sheet of light before you can go any deeper. So you can't actually see what's on the other side. As you walk through, Xena, you come out on top of a grandfather clock. Exactly where you were as if you just walked straight through. Either you've become really tiny or everything around you has become massive as you are standing on top of the ledge of this ginormous grandfather clock. Around you looks like a living room. There's like a Shea lounge and like a 3-piece sofa, a globe, a huge globe. The interesting thing about the globe is that it's not a globe of Earth. It looks like it's a globe of the dreaming. Aside from that, there's a record system. There's what looks like to be a router in the one corner with a couple of internet cables dangling out of it. There's a TV on the one wall. And you can hear just an eerie sense of silence. Even though you're in this, like, you can't hear anything outside of this room. So outside of like the clock ticking, you can't hear anything else. In fact, you don't know if there's any doors. In this room.
This room's a little sketch, just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not really sure how to feel about all of this. Okay, I'm just gonna try something. Probably won't work. I want to be big now, please. I want to be like 6 foot tall, please. Just
That doesn't
adding.
work.
Okay.
You can't. No, you thought you can't command the room. To do that.
Are there any like bottles or food items around?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna ask.
No, there's no bottles or food items. I wasn't gonna make it that easy.
Fair.
Are there any mirrors?
There are a lot of mirrors. There are 6 mirrors, to be precise.
I love that.
And they are all positioned in very weird places. One of them is up here on the grandfather clock. Another one is down on the edge of the sofa leg. Another one is by the Wi-Fi router. Another one is dangling off a curtain rail that has no window. 2 of them are on a bookshelf. One of them on the lower end, one on the top end.
So, Altair's first thought is when Leto set up all of the mirrors, the hand mirrors, to burn our bestest friend in the whole wide world, could we act like light? And could we step through the mirror, maybe? Can I wander up to the one that's closest to us?
Yeah, you can walk along the edge of the grandfather clock.
Can I stick my hand in it?
Yeah, you can. Your hand goes through. You see your hand come out at the bottom of the bookcase.
He's gonna point to the other, or he's gonna just point to the other 2 to look down to the bottom of the bookshelf and wave at them. And just,
Yeah.
I think we may have a small solution for the time being.
Neat. Cool. Okay.
You see all these stickers. It goes small solution.
Terrible.
Yeah, this will take you to the lower floor of the bookcase.
Absolutely fascinating as Zelda kind of goes and does the same. Is this some kind of spatial magic? Interesting.
Fear the magic is rather your wheelhouse.
Yes, but normally I'm interacting with people casting it, not enchanted rooms. This is amazing. If I try and crawl through the whole mirror, and just so I can get out the other side, does that work?
That works. You go through the mirror, and you pop out on the lower shelf of the bookshelf.
Dope. Extremely cool.
And now you can sort of see the grandfather clock, the other side, with everyone else just standing on it.
Nice. Okay. I'll wave at everyone, seeing as I have not died from doing this, so it's probably safe.
Yeah, I'll follow, and then I'll try and look for the next mirror in the chain that is the most accessible.
Okay, you all go through the mirror. Ollie goes in last. When Ollie comes out, the mirror on the grandfather clock explodes into tiny shards.
Don't like that. Yee.
Okay.
You still don't have any idea where the exit to this place is. Yet.
Do we go through the TV?
Oh, actually, maybe. If it's just, it might not be necessarily mirrors, but any reflective surface. If it's reflective.
I
enough.
mean, you are a bit lost.
What if we go to the globe? Since the globe is it's just a map, right?
I think Altair's got the idea there.
He'll just sort of take the map out of his jacket pocket and just kind of I can't read this.
Zelda, do you wanna give it a try this time, or do you want me to do it again?
I've got this. I can probably, hopefully.
Because you are now in the far dreaming, the rules have changed again. So, new rules because we're in a new dimension, which changes how everything works. Where are we? The far dreaming. We're not near, we're far now. All cantrips are now automatically wired word. However, cantrips no longer cost anything to cast.
Knew it. That's what it is.
You can still
That's
spend glamour to enhance the effects of your cantrips, but you don't have to anymore. Additionally, the difficulty has gone down one more. Magic is a lot easier here. If you unleash a cantrip, you now get 1 bonus die to the unleashing. Banality Purification is now online, which may start causing some problems.
Oh no.
1 per hour. Changelings restore temporary glamour at the rate of 1 per hour. You may get 1 dot of glamour back per hour. Altair and Ollie are going to find it harder to survive here, as the dreaming is going to start actively trying to push them back. The map no longer requires glamour or a roll to activate. But you do take 1 dot of, but you take 1 point of penalty for reading it from now. So, Zelda, you can take 1 dot of penalty.
Will do.
One
dot?
Over. 1 point, sorry.
Okay. I was gonna be like,
I don't know if it takes you over the threshold, but
No.
You unfold the map, and you hear Tristan's voice. This is not what I drew originally, but okay. I think there are 2 ways out of here. If you want to go down the normal path that I have drawn for you, you need to open the cat flap.
Okay.
There is another way out, but I don't quite know where it leads. For that, you'd have to get into the router? I don't know. And you sort of see, like, the map has now kind of just become this, like, jumbled up pencil drawing. I think I saw some cat treats up there. And, like, point up to the top of the bookcase.
Do we get to ride a cat?
We're riding the cat. We're riding the Cheshire cat. We're getting eaten by it. We are very small. We are very, very small.
Yeah, Tristan just like disappears at that point and the map goes blank again. So yeah, there were 2 options. If you want to continue down the route that Tristan made for you, you're going to have to get through that cat flap, which you can now see is directly next to the grandfather clock. There's not a door. There's a cat flap on the wall.
Amazing.
The alternative route, if you want to go off the beaten track, is climb into the router.
It's so tempting to go off track, but that feels really dangerous in this place while we're very small, you know?
Yeah. I think Xena like gives Zelda a meaningful look once she's explained this, and just sort of with their eyes saying like, remember the cogs.
Zelda nods, still feeling a little bruised, like, we'll follow the cat flap route. We're
So
not going to do anything.
Tristan is right. There is a packet of cat treats on this bookshelf. All the way at the top.
That's
Yeah, because first of all, you've got to get up there, then you've got to open them, and then you've got to get them, assuming that there is a cat that is going to come for these treats. You have then got to get them to the ground. Or maybe not. Maybe the cat will climb all the way up. And then hope the cat doesn't eat you. Or play with you and think you're a toy.
Arguably worse.
Because you are about yay big. You would be very attractive to a cat who thought you were a plaything. I am going to let everyone have a bit of a think and take a break, because this is the point in the campaign where it splits off into two separate arcs, depending on which way you come out of this room. I'm not going to tell you what the answer is. It's up to you to figure that one out. So we're going to take a quick 10-minute break so everyone can get some food, stretch their legs, go to the toilet. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Until then, look after yourself and be safe. Bye. Welcome back, everyone. We're still standing on a bookshelf, wondering what to do next. You either need to go through that cat flap, or you need to go into the internet router. It is your choice.
Oh,
Is there another mirror that is accessible from here? That is my first question. I seem to
Yeah.
remember there being one
So-
on a sofa leg.
There's one on the sofa leg. The mirror behind you hasn't exploded. Only the grandfather clock mirror has.
Okay,
There's
so
one
if we...
dangling off the the hook of a curtain rail. There's one up at the top of the bookshelf.
I think maybe first step is do what Altair did with the previous one, stick hand through the one on the bookshelf and see where my hand comes out.
You put your hand in. You can't see where it comes out.
Interesting.
There's a slight problem with this, though, is that you can't see on top of the bookshelf because you're on the bookshelf.
Mhm.
This could be that you're just at the top of the bookshelf.
stick your head in. Zelda will actually also say, "Stick your head in."
Okay, if a head gets cut off, it's your fault.
Okay, so we're sticking our head in.
Yeah.
You stick your head in. As you do, give me a...
I'm sorry.
Give me... Xena. Give me Dexterity Athletics, difficulty 7.
I didn't think your head would actually get cut off.
Difficulty 7, dexterity athletics, boop. 2 successes.
Um,
on only
you-
3 dice.
Yeah, you put your head in. You see a void.
Oh.
And on the right-hand side of this void, you see a glass screen. You realize that this is the internal part of the TV. Because you can see like outside the rest of the room. But you feel it pulling you in. But you're able to like put your hands on the other side and push yourself back out.
Okay. So I'm like, TV's bad, stay away from the TV. It's bad, it's a bad void. Don't go there. This mirror now goes there. If the previous mirror breaks, it seems like it probably goes into the void, aka the TV.
So the TV does count as a mirror as a reflective surface.
Give me
That's a bad one.
anyone. Give me intelligence plus technology. Difficulty 8 for the Fae. Difficulty 3 if you're a vamp.
Does engineering help me whatsoever?
Engineering will help you. Yeah.
Perfection.
2 9s and a 6.
Wow.
Best roll of my
Altair.
life. 7.
7 successes. 1. Okay, so everyone succeeds. Okay.
Woohoo!
I'm going to say this for Zelda and Altair. There is a remote. There is a remote on the coffee table. If the void is linked to the TV, does changing the channel change what's on the other side of the void?
Ooh. Let's experiment. We just have to get up to the coffee table, which might be a bit tricky. Are there any mirrors on the coffee table, or we just gotta climb this?
You'd have to climb the coffee table.
Are we on the bookshelf above coffee table height or below coffee table
You're
height?
above the coffee table height, but the coffee table's in the middle of the room. So there is a gap between you and it.
I'm just thinking, we've got a parasol.
Oh my god.
Are
know
you
what?
trying
You
to
know what?
glide across the gap?
Yes. I never said I was smart.
I might be able to help you if you actually do this because it's terrible. I might be able to like make a howling gale.
Oh no!
to
Yeah,
push
you can use Howling Gale to lift her up, lift Altair up, and then glide down.
Altair was deadass gonna hold the parasol out to Zelda and just. What do you suppose you could close the gap from A to B?
I mean, you all have umbrellas. This is technically possible. You can choose them to become umbrellas again. I suppose you could glide your way across the gap.
Perfect.
Especially because it costs you no glamour now to cast this.
Zelda gets to work casting Howling Gale, and it looks like she's constructing something as she pulls out from her jacket like a bunch of like laptop fans, a random ass regular office fan. You don't know how it fit there, but it did. A bunch of like batteries, and it does not look like it should work. And I'm gonna try and cast Howling Gale to blow us in that direction when we use our parasols.
This is so Mary Poppins.
I know. Okay. Oh, how would I even do this? It would be. Hang on, I need to read the description just to make sure I'm getting this right. Powerful wind, blah blah, etc. Confounds enemies. I can determine where it blows. It targets a person, then it'll be on the back. I'm not targeting a person. I'm targeting an object and make an object with a powerful wind. I guess I'm targeting the back of the bookshelf, so it's just blowing wind out so that we can glide easier.
I was going to say maybe the floor, so it goes upwards, so you get uplift, and then you can glide down.
Perfect.
So that would be... I'll say it's prop still, because it's the floor.
Fair.
This is difficulty 5, because you're now in far dreaming.
Mm-hmm. And we roll. I think 6 successes.
6 successes. Yeah, that wind will stay there for a very, very, very long time.
Nice.
A circular cylinder of wind just bellows up from the carpet, like the carpet strands of that little circle just all point up.
Yes.
You can jump into this tunnel of wind, and then if you'd like, use your umbrella / parasol to catch the wind and then glide down.
This is exactly.
I'm not going to use physics and say that you'd be too heavy and that the parasol / umbrella would technically fold the other way, because this is fantasy magic.
Yeah.
It's Rivali's Gale. We're sorted.
Yeah, I was just going to say Breath of the Wild rules.
But yes, you can jump up, glide down, and land on the coffee table. If you'd all like to do that.
Yes.
Yes.
So silly.
I'm so sorry.
Do you know what the funny thing is?
Mm-hmm.
You did that, and my thought wasn't glide to the coffee table. It was, if you jump into this, you could ride it all the way up to the top of the bookcase. There's an elevator. But hey, you're on the coffee table now.
That's step C.
On this coffee table is the remote for the TV. First of all, there are several remotes, and considering you all did great on the technology test, I'm not going to make you figure out what they all are. One is the remote for the TV to turn it on. The other is a streaming remote, a bit like an Alexa remote. There is a pair of what look like car keys on here, but not like the traditional lock-in key, like the fob with the buttons on it. There's also a mobile phone on here, kind of like a Samsung-esque device, Android device that I can't get sued for. Aside from that, this is a pretty clean coffee table.
All right, let's start pushing buttons. That was yeah, let's start pushing buttons. Let's turn on the TV first and just see what channel it's on by default.
Okay. Zelda, you climb up onto the remote. You are not heavy enough to press this button.
Drat. Here, I'm trying to jump on the button and it's not working. I need assistance. I need help. This might need 2 people, maybe 3.
So see, Ollie just kind of sighs and just like walks over and then just like turns into his werewolf form and then just like butt slams onto the button.
I love that.
Ground pound.
Yeah, he's heavy enough to press the button down. You see it turn on. Altair, roll me a d10 and give me a number.
Oh god. That's a 5.
A 5. It turns on and it is currently on the home decor channel. It is currently showing a home renovation program. So there's paints, there's sledgehammers, there's DIY tools.
We could go into the TV and get stuff and bring it back.
What happens? Is there like a download button?
Nope, there's no download button.
Oh.
If you want to do any checks at any time, feel free to throw out combinations of skills, and I will tell you if it's relevant and if it's a difficulty. I'm fed up of telling you to roll for things. Figure it out. Because if I say roll something, you know that I'm hinting at something. So even if you fail, you still win.
Could I go for an investigation and intelligence?
Yeah, difficulty 3.
To look at the phone?
Okay.
To just sploot both hands on it and see
if it turns on.
Get? Yeah, kind of what I can see on it, like what clues it gives me.
Yeah. Difficulty 3 if you want to start messing around with the phone.
That's a 1. That's a 4, a 3, a 1, and a 9. You know what? I've got willpower to spend, so I'll keep my 9. That's a 7 and another 9 and a 3. So that's 3 successes. I'll spend a willpower.
You turn this phone on by pressing the power button at the side. It is locked. It is PIN code locked. However, it's not numbers that are on this phone. It looks like some kind of a 3x3 grid of hieroglyphics.
Oh.
Can I use my between the lines naming ability to understand what these symbols are?
Ooh.
Yeah.
And I think, do I need to spend anything or do anything, or does it just work?
I don't think you do, because you normally have to roll. I think you have to roll to see how long it lasts for. I want to say.
Let's see.
No,
yeah, I don't have props, so I would probably make that slightly more difficult.
Yes, so
any number of successes lets you read it, but an extra success adds. Each success adds an extra die to any pool for contested actions meant to reveal the truth or see through lies during the scene.
Okay. You literally need 1 success to pass.
Yeah. So that would be this one. I'd have to do props of that. And then what's the difficulty? Is it still, would it be
5?
5, okay. 2 successes.
So these are, they look like Greek, almost like images of Greek gods. With the extra success, because there is no like lying, so I'll throw you another bone. The books on the bookcases, a lot of them don't have names, but the ones that do are names of Greek gods.
Okay. Is there a Greek god book that is on the top of the bookshelf? Or near the top of the bookshelf?
There's there's about one for every row of the bookcase. It's a 4-row bookcase. It's a 4-button password with 4 with like 1 god book for each tier. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I forgot you could do this. The idea was that you were supposed to investigate the bookcase, find out the name of gods, and then figure out what glyphs correspond to which gods. But because you know what the gods are and you know what the bookcase is, it's just trying to figure out what order they go in.
Okay. So yeah, I think my first instinct would be to go lowest to highest shelf. And then if that doesn't work, reverse it.
Your highest, lowest. Yeah, it's lowest to highest. It's Hecate, Nyx, Apollo, Zeus is the password.
Nice, because Hecate is underworldy and Nyx is night and Apollo is yeah.
See? There was some logic behind the puzzle. Yeah, you type in those 4 glyphs on the phone and it unlocks. The phone screen has an interactive remote control for the TV. So you can control the TV using the phone rather than using the remote. So at least that saves poor Ollie having to butt drop every time you want to change channel. There is a Wi-Fi app on here to test Wi-Fi strength. And there's also a app for it's called Cat Control, and it's got a picture of a cat flap on it.
Okay, I'm gonna open the cat flap before we do anything else.
So you open the cat flap. The cat flap app is a special app for controlling and registering cat identities to allow you to open and close. So this is an automatic cat flap. It works on RFID. If a cat has been chipped and it's registered in the app, then the cat flap will let them through. There are 99 cats registered on this cat flap. Interesting fact, all of the cats in this directory are named after people you know.
Something about that.
So for Altair, there is a Valerian cat, there is a Wally cat, there is a Dom cat, there's a Gwendolyn cat, there's a Crow cat, although the Crow cat doesn't seem to have an RFID tag registered with it anymore.
Oh
no!
Oh, that's not great.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Think laterally.
Okay, so
Think across rather than thinking up. Why would their names all be in the phone?
To
What if you
call
try-
them?
yeah.
Can we
No.
summon a cat?
You can't summon a cat using the cat flap app. It's not a cat summoning app. If you want to explain how a cat summoning app works,
I mean, is it like the friendliest cat who would not eat us?
there's no way of telling. I mean, if you want to think laterally, then maybe the more friendlier you are with the person, the friendlier the cats.
Yeah, that was my that was my thinking.
Got a really stupid idea,
What's
but
that?
like incredibly silly. Is there a way that we can register ourselves as cats? And then to
You-
identify our faces as cats?
So
Okay,
open for?
so I love the energy. It works off RFID, so you would need to find an RFID chip to register against the identity. On top of
Okay.
that, how would you open the cat flap?
Walking up to it because it knows we're a cat.
But it only unlocks. You'd still have to
Yeah.
push the door, and considering how small you are, that wouldn't be an easy task. I think even Ollie would struggle to push a cat flap door open.
Yeah. He's gonna look like a fucking corgi. That's great. Hmm. Can we just try calling the names of the cats?
Yeah, let's
Can we just try yelling the names of the cats?
yelling the
who-
names of our
Who are you?
friends.
Who are you going to yell? I will let you yell one name into the void.
Definitely not Gwendolyn.
I mean, yeah, the
From my
Gwendolyn
side,
cat.
Sorry.
Yeah, the Gwendolyn
From my
cat
side,
might
I
be
feel
smart.
Dom.
Dom, yeah, Dom
He's
might be a
the
smart
most
choice.
loyal.
The loyal cat.
The loyal cat.
Oh, what are you all? What are you scared, Altair? Like, not trying to summon the Leto cat and see what happens.
No.
The
I don't
Leto
wanna
cat's
die
just a
today.
Cheshire cat.
Yeah.
Okay. You can all shout Dom as loud as you can.
Sure.
Magpie, roll me a D100.
Oh god, you're making me get the Cthulhu dice out.
Or just roll 2d10s.
Pardon?
No,
Oh
this is-
shit, yeah.
Yeah, you can use roll 2d10s.
I wasn't using my brain. That's a 94.
Is that good?
Is that good? Is that bad? What's that?
You shout Dom really loud at the top of your voice.
Mm-hmm.
What you start to hear a purring sound and a clawing at the edge of the cat flap.
What happens if we bonk the name on the
Um,
phone?
As you look at it, you realize that it says that the cat flap is offline.
No!
It doesn't have it does not have a valid internet connection.
So we need to
let's
fix
do
it
the
out.
Wi-Fi test.
Yeah,
app.
yeah.
Okay. You open the Wi-Fi test app. It tells you the TV is working. It tells you that the router itself is working. It mentions that the internet cable at the back of that there's a disconnection in the RJ45 cable, which in non-techno speak is someone's unplugged the internet cable to the cat flap.
Of course.
Which is why Dom is now clawing at the other end of the cat flap.
Oh, no.
Okay. Yeah. Is this another case of doing another gale and floating across to where the router is, or would it require a different tactic?
You can look. I am not going to put restrictions on you. You figured out a way to traverse the room with relative ease. You can howling gale Mary Poppins your way around the room as you need to now.
Perfect.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
I will communicate my wish to Zelda and see if I can Mary Poppins across to fix the cable.
I'll follow in case, I don't know, the cable's actually damaged, which would be bad, but probably not.
I'm not making anyone roll for Howling Gale or anything else. Unfortunately, Zelda is right. The cable is damaged. Specifically, it's been cat-gnawed through.
Of course.
Spicy.
Of course.
There is another cable, but it's currently hanging off the edge of the curtain rail.
Well, there's a mirror that's connected to the curtain rail, so we can. Why do we need to worry about that? We can fly there.
I will say, as much as I love you all, if you are going to try and take additional weight with your parasols and umbrellas, you are not going to be able to float and hold an item. I know it's an internet cable, and it's not that heavy, but you're smaller.
And we are
so this is a big
umbrellas.
Yeah, you couldn't put your arm around the whole of the cable.
Is that a little cat noise?
Yeah, that was Kipper's coming up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's
She
the
always
cat trying to
likes
get
to
in.
just. Here she is.
Oh, she's
Kippers
hard.
plays the role of Domcat in this scene.
A valued actor.
Very important.
Gets 5 stats and everything.
Okay.
She got lots of charisma, yes.
You start to hear Domcat hitting the cat flap harder.
Oh no.
And it's starting to give off slightly frustrated meows.
All right, we have the time limit is Dom's patience. We can probably try and hover to the cable and then use the mirror to get back. Since flying back is not going to work, we just don't know where that mirror goes, which is not great. But whatever.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so you float up to the curtain rail, knock the cable off so it goes down to the ground. And then run across the curtain rail and jump through the mirror.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you all doing that, or is one of you going to do that?
I can go and deal with that.
Okay. You knock the internet cable down. It lands on the ground. You run across the curtain rail and slide down and jump through the mirror. You land in what looks like a home renovation. There are people walking around painting walls right now.
That's not good.
And
Oh no.
it doesn't take long before someone notices you're not holding anything DIY related. And you just hear the word "get out of the shot." Give me a intelligence and technology check, difficulty 6.
No problem. Int and tech. 6. I don't know if engineering helps me.
Engineering won't help you this time round.
Cool.
5 successes. Awesome. Okay. In a nutshell, Zelda, you aren't in a dimension that contains this house. You can only see the view of what the television screen sees, i.e. the camera. If you move off shot, you are going to disappear.
Oh!
You can see that as the camera starts moving, a person who was just painting a wall just evaporates. And the wall evaporates as the camera starts to move.
Uh-oh.
You need to stay on screen.
I stay on screen. They're renovating things, right?
Yeah.
I play the part while I'm looking around trying to find some kind of another mirror or some kind of exit. But until I do, I will pick up something, a paintbrush, a tool,
The good news is, Zelda, you can hear the continuity, like the announcer person talking. So you can sort of hear a narration of like what's going on. Slight problem with these shows, Zelda. They cut away the camera every now and again. You get the impression that if you get stuck in a cutaway, you are not going to move to where the cutaway is. If they do a cutaway, you are going to be evaporated.
Nice.
You need to find a way out before they that happens. Or if Xena and Altair can think of something on the other side of the screen, now that you're... Oh, by the way, Zelda, you're also normal size now.
Okay.
You're not tiny.
Yeah.
Because that would be really weird on television.
Is there any kind of like in-home CCTV? Or like a webcam?
Not in the room, no. I'm going to roll a d10 to see if Ollie is smart.
Ooh.
If he gets a 9 or a 10, I might throw you a bone. And he gets a fucking 9.
Hey!
You see he walks over to the streaming stick and just puts his butt down on the pause button, and you watch as the whole show just freezes, Zelda. You can still move, but meanwhile, Ollie is looking at the TV listings on the app, kind of debating, going, we could put Zelda in a crime show. Oh, the Horror Network. That's a good idea.
No.
What's a Shining?
Okay. I have a little bit of breathing space. My thought process is twofold. One is that if I'm, on the screen and there's a camera, and what is on the camera that's visible, I should be able to use the camera itself as a mirror to escape if I can go to.
So, interesting fact, you actually exist in a 3-dimension, in like a, it's not a 4-wall space, but a 3-wall space. The 4th wall is the TV screen, which would be the camera lens.
Perfect.
Unfortunately, you can't jump through it. It is solid glass.
Damn. It's worth a shot.
However, with your technology check, there are power tools in here, Zelda.
Power tools, you say? I should break the glass?
Yeah, you can pick up a power tool and break the glass. You will watch on the television as Zelda picks up like one of those like impact wrenches and walks up to the camera, and the last thing you just see is the impact wrench hitting the screen, and then you just watch as the screen explodes with shards of glass everywhere. I need you to make me a dexterity athletics difficulty 8, Zelda.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Let's do this.
You're able to pull your umbrella out just in time as you come out of the TV screen, and you are able to glide down into the corner and land on the Wi-Fi table in the corner.
Hey!
But the TV screen is now gone. No more extra-dimensional hops.
Rip.
We'll never see Zelda in The Shining.
As I gracefully land amongst all these shards of glass, clearly having fucked up heavily, I'm like, that all went according to plan.
You hear a scared meow, and then the pattering of paws away from the cat flap.
We might need a new cat.
Although, Zelda, you are next to the router.
All right, let's see if we can plug in the... Well, now that I'm down here, it should be easy to get the cable and then re-plug it into the router and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make it really rocket hard for Altair and Xena to grab the cable and like run across the living room with it, and hoist it up to you. Plugging it in is a bit of a challenge because this thing is quite big compared to you now. You do, however, notice that there are 4 Ethernet ports on this router. The 2 Ethernet ports that aren't plugged in have a blue light on them, like a bluish white hue. I'm gonna just make it easy for everyone. This is the same white hue that you saw in the portal to come in. So this is the router way out. Just climb through the Ethernet ports.
We could use that right now. It would send us in a different direction, but we could do it.
We could use the Ethernet port as like a climb, or the Ethernet cable as like a climbing rope.
Ah, so if we like climb in and it's like, oh, this is bad, and climb back out immediately.
It's up to you. You can plug in the cat flap and bring that back online, or you could just jump through the router and see what's on the other side.
Zelda says, oh, since we've gone to all this trouble, I suggest we just, since we're right here, plug in the cat flap and see if we can summon another, or call another cat. Bring some treats this time, that kind of thing. But if that doesn't work, then we can escape.
All right.
Yep. You plug the Ethernet cable in. The app turns to active. Dom has gone. I'm gonna tell you for free, you can't shout another cat. The only way to do it now is get to the top of the bookshelf and knock the treats down.
Mm-hmm.
If you would like to summon a cat.
Fair. It's just making it. Would we be able to Howling Gale up that distance, or is that
yeah. You can Howling Gale up there. There's courtesy of Howling Gale, you've made traversing this environment basically meaningless.
Okay.
It's more of a case of moving objects is the more difficult challenge now.
Traversing
like you can get to the Dreamies on the top of the bookshelf and push them off, but it will be difficult to push your way through.
Mm-hmm. Do I have anything that can help me with that? I probably do. That'd be terrible, but it might work. I'll parasol up to the treats. It's fine. Once impelled to movement. Okay. Perfect. This is what I'm going to do. I'll Howling Gale up to the treats, and then as I'm trying to push them and realizing that this is not going to work, I'm going to cast Hurricane Speed on the thing itself. If used to enhance an object, each success reduces the object's weight by half and doubles the distance it can be thrown, pushed, or otherwise impelled.
Okay.
To make it easier to just shove it.
Go for it. See how many successes you get.
See, things are dropped down to 5 because deep dreaming, far, whatever.
While you're doing that, you've got Ollie's and like move across the living room. Ollie's had to climb, like he doesn't have an umbrella or a parasol, so he's had to werewolf climb like everything. So he's a bit exhausted from having to climb up the down the coffee table, up the sofa and across to jump over to the Wi-Fi table to meet the rest of you. How many successes did you get, Zelda?
A lot. 8 successes.
8 successes. Okay. You push this. This is like the fan that you can just push it with one hand, and it just tips over and falls to the ground.
Nice.
Altair,
Oh no.
roll me the D100.
Oh no, not a D100. That's a 28.
From the good news or the bad news?
Oh no.
Well, I tell a lie. I have to give it a certain order because events. The good news is you summon a cat.
Oh no.
Cat that opens and a cat charges through.
Oh no.
It's like a white furred cat.
Oh no.
With a slight. You can almost swear it has like a black tie in its fur. Like it's not clothing. It's actually on its fur. But on top of that, loads of other cats start coming in because the dreamies have spilled everywhere, and it has summoned the horde. As you sort of see 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way up to 20. However many cats numbers you rolled there, Altair, is the number of cats that are now coming through this cat flap to investigate the dreamies that have now been spilled. There are now 28 cats all on the ground floor. Some of them have reached the dreamies and are eating them. The others are trying to get to the dreamies. And there are some who are looking pretty pissed off that they can't get to the dreamies right now. I would say you're safe. You're safe-ish. The cats can just climb onto the sofa and then work their way across to the Wi-Fi table. Zelda's probably the safest at the top of the bookshelf, but these are cats. They will get to where they need to go.
Can we just skedaddle out the door while the cat flap's still open, or?
The problem is that the cat flap closes once a cat comes out and locks again. You would need to be coming through it as cats are leaving, not entering. Because the last thing you want with a cat flap is to say open after a cat's gone through, because then another cat could just follow in afterwards. I think you're muted, Maddie.
You are correct. My thought process is pick a friendly looking cat, ride on it, make a loud noise, because I don't want to hurt this cat, because that would contravene all my rules of decency. Make a loud noise behind the cat to scare it out of the cat flap. But I'm not quite sure whether that would work, or that's just me thinking aloud, trying to express.
I mean, you probably could land on a cat that is friendly. The issue you've got is what are other cats going to do?
Ooh, yeah.
Like, it doesn't take long for like the menagerie of cats to stop being obsessed with the dreamies and start to observe their surroundings. So a couple of the cats are now just deciding to lie on the floor. A couple of them are starting to play fight. A couple of them are just sort of sniffing at the furniture and like looking around. The ones that got the dreamies look the happiest. They're also the furthest away from the cat flap. I just realized the complication.
Oh no.
What?
Roll me 1d10, Altair, for Ollie.
Oh no!
He's a werewolf. That's a 77. I rolled a 110.
Yeah, they can smell dog. And a couple of these cats are giving Ollie a glare. And Ollie's giving them a glare. Like the lupine part of Ollie is kind of coming to the forefront.
Ollie, there's only one.
Ollie can transform into. I think what Ollie then does is, out of instinct, he transforms into his wolf form. But obviously he's dinky wolf, not full size wolf. And starts essentially barking at these cats.
Am I in grabbing distance of
You're
Ollie?
in grabbing distance. You can grab Ollie.
Just headlock. Just hands on muzzle. You get the feeling they've done this before.
Yeah, these cats are going to get more restless the more Ollie is around.
So, yeah.
They can smell Ollie. I forgot you had a. I forgot that you had a member of the dog family in your party.
Okay.
Riding a cat may not be possible.
Should we go for the router route?
We probably should. I think there's probably still a way you could make it work, but it would be difficult and dangerous.
A strategy you could use above table, since they're agitated to Ollie, is you could put Ollie on the cat flap and let them run at him. It would risk Ollie. Ollie would have to move out of the way quick enough to not get bowled by a cat. But it would open the cat flap long enough for you to jump over the gap and get it.
It's a strat. It's a plan.
It's a plan. It's how much you value Ollie.
You can find a new Ollie, right?
No.
Let's recreate the Lion King scene.
Bad edge.
Or yeah, you can do the router route. Or the router route.
The router route. Okay. Man, I'd say Ollie, they've eaten most of the treats probably at this point. They don't like things jumping or scaring them. Do I have any? I don't have any explosives. Do I have anything that can make an explosion?
Unfortunately, the thing you could have used, the TV, you've already used.
Unfortunate.
The TV probably would have scared all the cats out of the room very quickly if you'd have done it while they were in the room. It's almost like you've burnt a lot of options before the cats came into the room.
This feels like a common trend. I could short circuit things with electric gremlins, but I don't think that would be scary enough to chase most of the cats out. Just lights flickering too much.
Are any of the cats asleep?
Not yet. It's not been long enough for any of them to decide it's sleepy time.
Okay.
They are starting to spread out more, though. Like, they're starting to find parts of the living room that are theirs. And, like, this is my square now. And starting to get comfortable. Instinctively, none of them are going for the cat flap. Just weird, because you'd kind of think that, after having some of it, at least some of them, if there's 28 cats, statistically, one of them has been like, okay, I want to go to the room now. But none of them are going for the cat flap. Almost like once they're summoned, they can't be de-summoned.
When in doubt, try. This is Wonderland. Try talk to one of them. I'm gonna try and just find the friendliest looking cat and try and approach it and see what happens.
So you're gonna go down from the safety of the upper levels, descend down to the floor level.
I'm gonna at least send down I don't know, maybe a lower level of the bookshelf, just high enough that if this cat decides to try and eat me, I might be able to run away. And just be like, greetings, hello, kitty cat. What's the role? this. I don't like this.
One of the cats you shout out to like try and speak to them. None of these cats speak human. All you've done is get some of their attentions, and they can now see this little thing waving its hand.
No.
And you can see one of them jumps on top of the coffee table, and is doing that thing that cats do, where they sort of like look at like where they want to go and where they are now, like judging like the distance they've got to jump.
That's
Before
bad.
jumping.
That seems my cue to levitate back up to the top. Right. Okay, never mind.
I need a difficulty 3 dexterity athletics.
Let's go. Dex athletics difficulty 3. Okay, I'm alive.
Yeah, you're able to jump up quick enough that the cat just lands on the bookshelf, and you're able to fly back up to the top.
Yeah, this. I don't think we're going to. They feel very cooperative. I think we might have to use a router route.
All right, then. I suppose we make our way up.
Yeah, make my way over to the router and get the hell out of here before the cats try to eat me.
Yeah.
Okay. You all go through this through the white beam into the router, off the beaten track. Zelda, Xena, you go through perfectly fine and go first. When you look behind you, you just see 2 mirrors on the floor.
Oh no!
Did we lose our vampire friend? Is this what's happening?
I see the mirrors. I panic. I go to them. I scan them with the screwdriver. Is there any trace of what happened? What?
Welcome to the deep dreaming.
Oh fuck!
The deepest dimension that you can go. This wasn't off the beaten track. This was a shortcut. At this point, only Faye can move forward. Altair,
Yeah.
you and Ollie appear on an island.
Mm-hmm.
It's how apologies, they stopped. Try again. How much is Altair into literature?
Old literature, quite a bit. Modern literature, not as much.
Are on an island that uncannily resembles the island that the Tempest took part in. Surrounded by storms. No obvious way off the island. It's comfortable here.
Mm-hmm.
There's no sunlight. You sense that you're not in the far dreaming anymore. You suspect you may be somewhere in the near dreaming. You are still in the dreaming. Ollie hasn't died. Ollie is still very much alive. But you are on this island. The mirrors you had in your pockets are gone. And there's just shipwrecks around you on the beach. In the middle of the island, in what would have been where... Oh, I love it when I have the name, but then I forget it. I had it 10 seconds ago. Ariel, that's it. The tree that would have been Ariel's prison is a balefire, unlit. This could be a way home. If you and Ollie could figure out a way to light this balefire. But that's without Faye, without the flaming mirror, that is going to take a long time. How long? Especially given that time works differently in the dreaming. We don't know.
Yeah, we've got two pretty long-lived individuals.
Altair could appear 250 years from now and pop back into existence. Or time could have gone backwards. And you might end up appearing back in the early Roman period.
Oh,
a bit further.
A bit further than the 80s.
A little bit.
How does Altair feel?
I think he knew what he was signing up for, but I don't think he knew it'd be what he's guessing is forever. He fully intended to go in there to die. And now he's realized he's got a lot more time on his hands, and also the idea that he might live. But he's going to have to do it pretty much how he's always lived, with only Ollie at his side.
Ollie has the realization that you got what you wanted. When you entered the dreaming, you wished that you could spend the rest of your time with Ollie. And the dreaming has given you exactly what you wished for. You are now on an island where Ollie will never die. And you're lucky. Eventually, you can leave this place. For Ollie, this island is his prison. Even if you open the door, he can't walk through it. Ollie finds it hard to adjust to the idea of being eternally trapped. He thought, like you, this was a one-way trip. And that he was going to have his moment where he died next to you. Instead, he now has to live eternity, knowing that he can never leave here. My question, Altair. You don't know how long it's been in the future. You don't age. The sun doesn't move here. In fact, there's no clocks. You have no concept of time in this place. Eventually, through gaining enough glamour, residually from the air, from the food that you eat, that grows on the trees, that never seems to stop growing. You pick it and then another one grows back a day later. You have enough glamour that you are able to reignite the balefire and reopen the door to give you a route back to the mortal world. Does Altair take it?
Is there any opportunity that he could light it and not pass through it?
Yeah. You don't have to power through it. You could just turn it on and leave it there.
He'll light it,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll just kind of dust his hands off, and we'll go and sit down next to Ollie.
So you finally finished it.
It seemed that way.
Oh, I didn't think I thought I was prepared for this day. Turns out I wasn't. It's weird. I fought wars.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, but then why light the fire?
I don't know. Hope is a silly little thing.
I don't really believe in fates. You know, war and all that kind of distorts your perception on fate and destiny a little bit. I wouldn't blame you if you walked through the door. Heck, I might even try it myself.
You know how that will end.
Well, I've been told that's how it'll end.
You were fading fast. Also, check your messages.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Look, tell you what. We'll walk up to it. And you'll see like Ollie will pick Altair up and walk him to the door. He'll open it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who knows what's going to be on the other side?
I don't think there's going to be anything good on the other side. I think we stop here.
I mean, hey, look.
Oliver.
Ollie pulls Altair in for a hug. Whatever happens, I've enjoyed this. He will then turn his body and use his werewolf strength to thrust Altair through the door and then close it. Altair.
Yeah.
You appear in what looks like a pine forest, covered in snow. The door behind you is still there. And then all of a sudden, it disappears. As Ollie on the other side pushes the balefire over. Stop
While
you
the
from coming
door-
back.
While the door was still standing, he was absolutely clawing at it, trying to get it to open, screeching at the top of his lungs.
Gone. The year, Altair, is 1072. Norway. Well, not quite Norway yet. Norway isn't a thing fully. It's still forming into the kingdom it will become of Norway. But these are the forests deep north of Norway. Thankfully, it's night, There's no sunlight. It's very unconventional that someone gets thrown back in time while going through the dreaming. But here you are.
I feel like the second the door disappears, he just drops down onto his knees. Kind of errors for a little while because he has no idea how to react to this. He doesn't have a process for this. He spent the last however many weeks, months, he has no idea, quite contently living with Ollie on this island. I think he just breaks down.
Makes sense.
Like, he's just lost his best friend.
Ollie spends the next century, millennia, who knows, on this island. When one day a boat pierces the mist, a very modern looking boat, Zelda, what does the boat look like as you and Xena ride it through?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Modern looking boat, huh? It's like it looks kind of like a, is it big? Is it not?
It's gonna have to be big to get through the storm.
Dope. It looks almost like a, not quite like it looks kind of like an aircraft carrier, but not quite as militaristic, if that makes sense. There's not 10 billion fighter jets on here, but it's long and flat and has like a big runway for planes, helicopters, or whatever that can fly potentially to be on it. And is spray painted all over with like a billion queer flags. Because of course it is. That is the boat.
To Zelda and Xena, it has been 7 years since the events of London.
Time skip.
It took you forever to figure out what happened after that day, but Zelda finally managed to get a kind of Fae backtrace, and it led you here. Getting here was hard. This is not the first boat you've tried this in. Many boats have sunk before you've made it this far. The reason that this is successful is you have an entire squadron of Selkies under the boat, effectively cutting the water to make way for this huge boat to push through. When you arrive there is only Ollie, no Altair.
The heartbreak. The timing.
For Ollie, it hasn't been 7 years. It has been 2,468 years, 72 days, 11 months, and 13 days since he pushed Altair through the door
Oh!
He has no idea.
Oh, my boy. My boy.
However, he has aged a little. His hair's gone grey. In his werewolf form, he is now fully grey. He spends most of his time in his wolf form just lying on the tree that housed the Balefire. When he notices it's you two, he will jump off the edge of the tree, turn back into his human form, run across. What are you? What are you doing here? How? You've got mirrors to kill.
And leave behind our friends. And as for the how, and I just gesture at the boat.
I should have guessed. I don't want to be the ungrateful one. If you've come to rescue me, it's a little too late for rescuing.
Why? And where's Altair?
Well, that's the thing. Altair got the Balefire working. I don't know how long it took, but it got working. And Altair didn't want to go through. Altair just wanted to do stuff.
But what about...
So I pushed him in and then destroyed the Balefire.
So you've been here since then on your... Oh,
I
you
don't
can't
know. Exactly. I was resurrected using magic. I died at some point. I don't know when it was anymore. But I died and I was resurrected using magic. And that magic was fading off. Altair brought me here as a kind of stopgap. I can't die in the dreaming because the magic isn't wearing off because time doesn't exist here. But he was so fucking stubborn he wouldn't leave. And he can't stay here eternity with me because of me. I was the idiot that got killed. Altair has a life to lead. So I pushed him through. I don't know where he ended up. But I hope he's doing okay.
I jump off the boat to get to him personally, directly. This is 7 years future. I'm cooler now. I'm not. I don't. Howling Gale doesn't work this way, but effectively, I'm launching myself further using it like a little storm around me as I land in the water. Put my hand on his shoulders and say, wherever he is in time and space, wherever he is in this reality or the next, we're going to find him. And we're going to fix all of this. Okay? I don't have all the answers. I'm sorry that we were too slow, that we were too late. But you just hang on to that hope just a little bit longer. Okay?
Hope was a thing I gave up a long time ago. What does 7 what does 7 future year old Xena look like?
Ooh.
Well, I'm assuming that since we've been in the dreaming, we didn't need to necessarily worry about my rapid aging.
No. So effectively what's happened here is you did your mission, you destroyed the mirrors, you came back out of the dreaming, and then once Zelda got a lead, you went back in to try and find Altair and...
Okay.
Mortally, it's been only about a year and a half.
That's wild.
It's been a year and a half since the end of London. London's doing great now, by the way. It's now a vampire changeling hybrid city.
Dope.
They've managed to work it out. Valerian has kind of like carved the city in two, and there's like a day-night agreement between them. And Valerian's living his best life as a showman, while the Chancellor helps deal with the Camarilla. As it turns out, they're both very good at dealing with each other's problems. By declaring it a changeling city, he's effectively banned the Camarilla from operating there. Whereas Valerian gives protection from the other side, and stops any other Gwendolyn's from coming around, because the Chancellor is nowhere near strong enough personally to deal with that. You both got knighted at the end of this. For Xena, that means getting an actual royal title of the house. You now have uniform that bears the crest of your house, and the term lady in your name. Whereas Zelda has been kind of written into... You are effectively the kingdom's royal inventor. You help keep the Knocker workshops running. But this has been a long time for all of you. But yeah, Xena, you haven't aged that much. I apologize for cutting, but you haven't aged that much in terms of your rapid aging problem.
Cool. So I think what has happened is essentially Xena's gone from mid-70s Ziggy era Bowie to early 80s bleach blonde Bowie. I think that's basically what's happened.
Big change.
There was a bit of a thin white Duke era in there as well, where all she consumed was cocaine and red peppers. That was a bad time, but we got through it. And yeah, so sort of now very short hair, bleach blonde, sort of bright pastel colored boxy suit. Still with kind of like rainbow accoutrement, like maybe like a rainbow pin. And there's a certain sort of weariness behind the eyes, but she's still kind of clinging on to a sense of chaos and creativity.
Xena, you are the reason this journey happened. Zelda may have found it, but you're the reason why this all came to be. You might have a way to fix all of this. There may be a way in the future to cure Ollie of his death problem, and maybe even pull Altair back. It's a dangerous trip, far more dangerous than going to go destroy 6 mirrors. This is a dreaming quest that requires an expedition. And when you said you were going to go try and save Altair, well, you gained a few passengers who refused to not come with you. As Dom, Wally, Leto, and Valerian are inside the carrier.
Oh shit!
This
Oh,
is
shit!
this is the USS Acropolis. And in the future, you all embark on a quest to save Altair. But that's a story for another day.
Oh my god!
We snap back to present time with Zelda and Xena just staring at these two mirrors on the ground. And that is where we're going to leave our session.
What the fuck, bro?
So much has happened. So much has happened.
I couldn't kill Altair. I couldn't kill Ollie. I had to give them some kind of closure. I was originally going to have Ollie push Altair through the door and then have Ollie walk into the ocean
Oh.
as a goodbye. But that felt way too dark and I couldn't do it. So I figured, hey, everyone's story doesn't end after this campaign or after the next vampire campaign. And everyone seems to love Altair. So
He's not worth it, my guys.
of course the vampire is going to come
None
and
of us
try
are
and
worth
help.
it. We're all gonna help anyway.
In the spirit of cooperation. And who knows? Maybe that's a story we tell another time.
Who knows? Oh, that'd be so fun.
But yes. I hope everyone enjoyed it. Thank you, Magpie, for all of this.
Thank you
For
for
both
letting me
campaigns.
join.
It has been an amazing story. It's weaved across multiple systems and hacks and all that schnaz. But no, thank you so much. We have Vampire tomorrow. Feels a bit inconsequential now. But yeah, we have Vampire tomorrow.
Yay!
Where I get to be even more depressing. Because I have to do something even worse. But that's a secret for tomorrow. We have, I'm trying to remember now, we have Fayink on Tuesday, and we have more Hallows Vale, Beyond Hallows Vale, on Wednesday, which we see more of Magpie if you need to see more of
Yay.
Magpie. I definitely recommend you do.
Nobody needs that.
No.
Until then, look after yourselves, be safe. We'll see you next Saturday as we walk into the final layer of the dreaming and finally deal with those mirrors. Bye, everyone.